every year it seems CanJam New York and CanJam SoCal have this kind of unofficial battle.
Yeah.
Which one's going to be the biggest CanJam ever?
Yep.
This year for 2025, I think CanJam New York is making a very strong case. It'll be interesting to see what happens with CanJam SoCal this year.
Oh, yeah.
But this one is going to be huge. It's our biggest ever. Now, as the founder of HeadFi, one might hope that I actually love headphone audio.
Sure.
And I do, as you know, love headphone audio. But even the most diehard headphone enthusiast, and I consider myself among them, has to admit that loudspeakers image better than headphones.
Right.
Headphones are great for inner detail. And,
Yeah.
Yeah, but and they can image well, but loudspeakers image better. That is, take a recording, play it through a fantastic loudspeaker system. Take that same recording, play it through a fantastic headphone system. The loudspeaker will win in terms of imaging pretty much every time.
Right.
Why? Headphones introduce a bit of a problem, if you will. The right ear only hears the right channel. Left ear only hears the left channel. With loudspeakers, your left ear still hears the right channel, albeit a little delayed. The right ear still hears the left channel, albeit a little delayed. Those tiny little delays, measured in milliseconds typically, because the human hearing system is so sensitive, the brain is such an incredible thing.
Right.
All those little differences mean a great deal. And I'm simplifying this grossly. That's the reason, effectively, that headphones don't sound as natural imaging. And the more exaggerated the stereo, the more exaggerated the left is to the left, the right is to the right, then the less natural it'll be with headphones. This is my very long-winded way of introducing this phenomenal piece of gear on the table. It's an Italian masterpiece. It's called the Audma Maestro HP1. It was invented by a gentleman named Cesare Mattoli. So he's a genius as far as I'm concerned, because he's come closer to solving that problem than anybody I've come across yet. It's called ELISA, the technology inside the Maestro HP1. It stands for what does it stand for again? Oh, Electronic Loudspeaker Imaging Simulating Amplifier. It's simple to use. I don't even know exactly what all it's doing, but clearly the timing, there's a lot going on in there.
Oh, yeah.
Because so many different solutions have come up to try to solve it, but yet nothing's done it as well as this that I've heard. All right. There's 3 knobs, effectively. You turn one to turn it on or off. The second knob is called ELISA Stage. That adjusts the essentially the intensity of the effect. Then there's ELISA Angle, which adjusts the angle of the placement of the virtual speakers relative to the listener. Simply put, turn it more, it will widen the image. Turn it less, and it'll not widen it as much.
Yeah.
But in any case, no matter how I adjust it, essentially, I get a more natural image with so far with pretty much every stereo recording I've used through it. And the more exaggerated the stereo, the more I need it.
Right.
And I would love to have that in my system full time, but there are 2 little problems with it.
Sure.
Number one, it's expensive.
Yeah, I think it's $9,600 US.
$9,600 US. And then it's also bigger as a full rack size component than is ideal for my desk. That said, it's so good that I've gladly made the space on my I pushed things off my desk to use it. It's that good.
Right.
And it's not just ELISA, by the way. At CanJam Dallas 2024 and CanJam SoCal 2024, this was a huge hit.
It was.
Because it was at both of those CanJams, and everybody was talking about. All the high-end guys were loving it. The guys from Water Cooler were loving it for just as a headphone amplifier.
Yeah.
With or without ELISA.
Yeah, it's phenomenal as an amp.
Yes, and it's built to extremely high standards internally. For example, audiophile-grade components, Nichicon electrolytic capacitors, WEMA Red Series audio capacitors, Alps Alpine motorized potentiometers, dual mono power supply, custom-built audio transformers inside that. It has VU meters.
Yes.
We love our VU meters.
We do.
There is a built-in DAC built around the AKM 4490 REQ DAC with AKM's Velvet Sound. Wonderful DAC for an internal included DAC. That said, I've been mostly using it with higher-end external DACs.
Right.
But it's nice to know that there's a DAC inside, and it's good. It is designed to drive any headphones over 6 ohms, dynamic headphones over 6 ohms. I used it with Susvara. Susvara Unveiled drives them beautifully. Used it with in-ears. Drives them beautifully. There are digital inputs. Like I said, there's a DAC, USB optical coax, analog inputs, stereo RCA balanced XLR, headphone outputs, 4-pin XLR, 6.35 millimeter and 4.4 millimeter balanced. Analog output, stereo RCA balanced XLR, because you can use it to pass through into your hi-fi system,
right?
Your loudspeaker system, and bypass the effects. Yeah, if you can't tell, and you know this already because you essentially live with me here at the office, I love this thing.
Right.
And I can understand completely why people were just going nuts about it at those two CanJams. It will be at CanJam again. And you absolutely cannot miss the Audma Maestro HPA1. I love this thing.